1. You're flying an unmanned aircraft, and a helicopter enters your airspace. What should you do? A. Nothing, you have the right of way. B. Yield the right of way to the helicopter. C. Position your UA toward the helicopter, then turn to the right and maintain situational awareness.
Two, dehydration is when your body has suffered a critical A. Loss of heat. B. Loss of water. C. Excessive water.
Three, during a flight of your small UA, you observe a hot air balloon entering the area. You should A. Yield the right of way to the hot air balloon. B. Ensure the UA passes below, above, or ahead of the balloon. C. Expect the hot air balloon to climb above you altitude. Four, the correct method of stating 4,500 feet MSL to air traffic control is A. 4,500. B. 4.5. C. 4,500 feet MSL.
Five, an air mass moving inland from the coast in winter is likely to result in A. Hail. B. Fog. C. Frost.
Six, there's a local air show this weekend, and a NOTAM has been issued to establish a no-fly zone for the area of your planned flight mission. When would you be allowed to fly? A. After all aircraft in the air show have landed and the event has concluded. B. With prior approval from the FAA, you can operate during the NOTAM. C. As per the instructions in the NOTAM.
Seven, an aircraft announces, left downwind for runway 26. This means that the aircraft is on a heading of A. 80 degrees. B. 160 degrees. C. 340 degrees.
8. The outer rings of Class C airspace are typically A. 5 nm radius from the airport. B. 10 nm radius from the airport. C. 20 nm radius from the airport.
Nine. With a Part 107 remote pilot certificate, can you operate multiple SUAS simultaneously using one controller? A. No, unless you are using a backup controller and buddy box system, then yes. B. No, unless you have a waiver, then yes. C. Yes, this is permitted.
Refer to FAA Connecticut 8082H, Figure 22, Area 3. Determine the approximate latitude and longitude of Shoshone County Airport. A. 47 degrees 02 in 116 degrees 11 feet W. B. 47 degrees 33 in 116 degrees 11 feet W. C. 47 degrees 32 in 116 degrees 41 feet W.
Refer to Figure 76. What's the minimum altitude, lowest elevation of the area depicted by the blue line labeled V71? A. 700 featuring AGL. B. 1200 featuring AGL. C. 3500 featuring AGL.
If you lose visual line of sight, VLOS, of your small UAV and don't regain it, what should you do? A. Contact the local FAA district office and report it. B. Wait until you see it again and land it. C. Follow predetermined operating procedures for losing VLOS.
What must operators of foreign registered drones with FAA remote ID submit before flying their drone in the U.S. National Airspace System, NAS? A. Remote ID Module. B. Notice of Identification, NOI. C. FAA Declaration of Compliance.
14. Refer to FAA Connecticut 8080-2H, Figure 26, Area 4. You have been hired to inspect the tower under construction at 46.9N and 98.6W, near Jamestown Regional, JMS. What must you receive prior to flying your unmanned aircraft in this area? A. Authorization from the military. B. Authorization from ATC. C. Authorization from the National Park Service.
"15. Safety is an important element for a remote pilot to consider prior to operating an unmanned aircraft system. To prevent the final link in the accident chain, a remote pilot must consider which methodology? A. Crew resource management. B. Safety management system. C. Risk management.
"16. Which statement about longitude and latitude is true? A. Lines of longitude are parallel to the equator. B. Lines of longitude cross the equator at right angles. C. The 0 degrees line of latitude passes through Greenwich, England.
"17. What happens to the airspace at Class D airport when the control tower closes? A. Class D changes to Class G. B. Class D changes to Class E or some combination of Class E and Class G during the hours the tower is not in operation. C. Class D stays Class D.
"18. A person without a Part 107 remote pilot certificate may operate an SUAS for commercial operations. A. Under the direct supervision of a remote PIC. B. Only when visual observers participate in the operation. C. Alone, if operating during daylight hours.
"19. Referred to FAA Connecticut 8080-2H, Figure 26, Area 2. While monitoring the Cooperstown CTAF, you hear an aircraft announce that they are midfield left downwind to RWY 13. Where would the aircraft be relative to the runway? A. The aircraft is east. B. The aircraft is south. C. The aircraft is west.
20. A small UA must be operated in a manner which A. Does not endanger the life or property of another. B. Requires more than one visual observer. C. Never exceeds 200 feet AGL.
"21. While operating a small unmanned aircraft system, SUAS, you experience a flyaway and several people suffer injuries. Which of the following injuries requires reporting to the FAA? A. An injury requiring an overnight hospital stay. B. Scrapes and cuts bandaged on site. C. Minor bruises.
"22. A physiological consideration to watch out for is A. Dehydration. B. Heat stroke. C. Both A and B.
"23. The Part 107 regulations apply to A. Recreational unmanned aircraft operations. B. Both civil and public unmanned aircraft operations. C. Civil unmanned aircraft operations.
"24. Refer to FAA Connecticut 8080 to 2H, Figure 22, Area 2. At Coeur d'Alene, which frequency should be used as a common traffic advisory frequency, CTAF, to monitor airport traffic? A. 122.05 MHz. B. 135.075 MHz. C. 122.8 MHz.
"25. Refer to Figure 25, Area 4. The floor of Class B airspace overlying Hicks Airport, T-67, northwest of Fort Worth Meacham International Airport, FTW, is A. 2000 featuring MSL. B. 3200 featuring MSL. C. 4000 featuring MSL.
"26. Refer to Figure 22, Area 3. The vertical limits of that portion of Class E airspace designated as a Federal, Victor, airway over McGee Airport are A. 1,200 feet AGL to 17,999 feet MSL. B. 700 feet MSL to 12,500 feet MSL. C. 7,500 feet MSL to 17,999 feet MSL.
(27) Autokinesis is a kind of phantom motion that is caused by blank. A. Fixating on one source of light. B. Visual scanning. C. Red filtered light sources.
At night, drone pilots and other crew members should use off-center viewing, where you're blank. A. Looking directly at an object, but for no more than 2 to 3 seconds at a time. B. Looking directly at an object with both eyes, alternating opening and closing your right and left eyes every 2 to 3 seconds. C. Not looking directly at an object. You're looking 10 degrees above, below, or to either side of the object.
(29) A small unmanned aircraft without remote ID that's equipped after production with a remote ID broadcast module. A. May only operate at FAA-recognized identification areas, FRIAs. B. Is limited to visual line of sight, VLOS, operations. C. May not be operated in the National Airspace System, NAS.
Refer to Figure 81. What's the Unicom frequency at Crawford Airport? A. 117.1. B. 122.8. C. 122.9.